Did you know that just 5 simple movements can help your body feel and function as if it's decades younger? Most people assume weakness, stiffness, and slowing down are unavoidable parts of aging, but that's not the whole truth. The exciting breakthrough is this. A specific type of exercise routine has been shown to physically rewind the aging process in only a few weeks. In today's video, I'll reveal that method and walk you through the top 5 science-backed exercises every older adult should be doing to stay strong, balanced, and independent. What if I told you there is a silent thief inside your body? It began its work in your 30s, moving in shadow. And right now, if you are over 50, it is accelerating. Stealing your strength, your freedom, your future. It has a name, a diagnosis that, for decades, medicine saw as inevitable. The grim, irrevocable wind down of the human machine. But a seismic shift has occurred. Groundbreaking research has turned that fatalism on its head. The thief can be stopped. The clock, in many ways, can be turned back. And it's not with a pill or a procedure. It's with movement. Specific, powerful, deliberate movement. This is Dr. Stunned. These 5 exercises are reversing aging faster than medicine. Forget everything you think you know about staying active. This isn't about a gentle walk or casual gardening. This is about a direct, scientific counterattack against the very mechanism of age-related decline. And it hinges on a medical term you must understand, sarcopenia. Coined in 1989, it describes the relentless drip, drip, drip of muscle loss that begins in our 3rd decade. Think of your muscle fibers not as static cables, but as a bustling city. With each passing year, lights go out, buildings go quiet, the metropolis shrinks. For years, medicine watched this urban decay, noting its link to frailty, falls, and a loss of independence, and could only offer a sympathetic shrug. Then, in 2019, a critical change. Sarcopenia was officially recognized as a disease. This was not semantics. This was a declaration of war. It meant this was a pathological enemy, not just a natural part of aging, and where there is a defined enemy, there can be a defined counter-strategy. The 2024 study was the breakthrough. It proved this decay is not just preventable, it is reversible. In just 12 weeks, the implications are staggering. We are not talking about slowing the slide. We are talking about climbing back up. But here is the critical, non-negotiable caveat that most people tragically miss. Not all exercise is medicine for this condition. Random movement is like throwing water on a forest fire. The right exercise, however, is a precision airdrop of retardant. Do the wrong ones or the right ones incorrectly, and you are wasting your most precious commodity, time. Or worse, you core injury, cementing the very fragility you seek to escape. So what is the right exercise? It is rooted in a principle so potent, researchers now call it the gold standard for combating muscle loss. But before I reveal these 5 foundational movements, you must first meet Adrian. Adrian was 60, his world was his garden and his grandchildren. A back injury became the key that locked him out of his own life. The man who once spent hours tending to roses found the journey to his own mailbox a monumental trek of pain and exhaustion. 10 minutes of walking was his summit. His future was being rewritten in the language of limitation. When Adrian came to me, we didn't start with heroic effort. We started with a whisper of movement and one crucial golden rule. A rule I will give you in a moment. This rule, applied to the first exercise I prescribed him, changed everything. That first exercise is the cornerstone. It is the primal movement pattern etched into our DNA, the squat. Do not be fooled by its simplicity. The squat is a grand symphony of activation. It targets the largest muscle engines in your body, the glutes, the quadriceps, the hamstrings. These are the power plants for rising from a chair, climbing stairs, and walking with authority. But its genius is in its collateral effect. To perform a proper squat, your entire core, the deep abdominal muscles, the muscles lining your spine, must fire in unison. It builds a fortress of stability around your trunk. Think of your torso as a ship's mast. Without strong rigging, your core, even a gentle wind lifting a grocery bag, twisting to look behind you, can cause dangerous sway. The squat silently fortifies that rigging. Here is the precise form. Stand with your feet a fortress foundation, shoulder width apart. Extend your arms like a tightrope walker's pole for balance. Inhale and initiate the movement not by dropping, but by sending your hips back as if reaching for a chair far behind you. Your knees will follow, bending in harmony. Descend with control. Pause in that seated imaginary chair. Your spine should be a straight, proud arrow, not a curved question mark. Then exhale powerfully, driving through your heels, and imagine you are pushing the floor away from you. Feel the eruption of power from your glutes and thighs. Begin with 2 sets of 10. No, wait, just the gravity of your own body. To scale this movement, you have options. For a greater challenge, cradle a single dumbbell at your chest. A 10 or 15-pound weight becomes a potent catalyst for growth. For an easier path, use a real chair. Perform slow, deliberate sit to stands, using the armrests only as much as you need. This is not cheating. This is intelligent scaffolding. But Adrian's success with the squat wasn't just about the movement itself. It was about the rule. I did not ask him to do 50 squats on day 1. I asked him to walk for 5 minutes, just 5. And then I applied the rule, increase by only 20% each week. 5 minutes becomes 6, 6 becomes 7. 2 sets of 8 squats become 2 sets of 10. This is the golden, non-negotiable principle. Consistency trumps intensity. Think marathon, not detonation. This is the progressive strength training protocol that science hails as the gold standard. It is the slow, steady, undramatic drip of water that wears away the stone of sarcopenia. Adrian followed this rule. In 2 months, his walking time tripled. He returned to his garden for full hours. He regained the strength to lift his laughing granddaughter high into the air of victory, not measured in pounds, but in joy. The thief was being evicted. And it started with a single, fundamental movement, the squat. But the squat was just the beginning of Adrian's reclamation. Because to truly rebuild the body, you cannot just have powerful legs. You need a resilient core, a center of command that most people unknowingly neglect until pain becomes its only language. The next exercise I gave Adrian targeted precisely that. And it holds a secret for relieving back pain that most people perform incorrectly. What is this deceptively simple move, and what is the crucial mistake 90% of people make? The answer, which changed everything for Adrian, is coming up next. If the squat is the foundation of your physical house, then the core is its central pillar. Not the superficial six-pack muscles, those are merely decorative siding. We are talking about the deep internal musculature, the transverse abdominis, a natural corset. The multifidus, a series of tiny stabilizers along your spine. These are the muscles of quiet endurance. They don't scream for attention during a lift. They whisper constant commands of stability. When they weaken, the entire structure compensates, leading to a cascade of stiffness, poor posture, and often debilitating back pain. For Adrian, strengthening this command center was non-negotiable. His back injury was a fire alarm we could not ignore. The exercise? Not a dramatic, next training full sit-up, but a modified crunch. A precise neurosurgical strike on the core's control room. Here is the exact protocol where intention is everything. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. This is your neutral launch pad. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Now, before any movement, engage. Imagine drawing your belly button down toward your spine, gently flattening the small of your back against the floor. This subtle pelvic tilt is the secret ignition. For many, especially those with nagging back pain, this single isometric hold can bring immediate, profound relief. It is reactivating a muscle that has fallen asleep. Now, inhale. As you exhale a slow, controlled breath, begin to curl your upper body off the floor. Your shoulder blades should lift, but your lower back remains in contact. Your hands slide up your thighs. You are not sitting up, you are folding from the ribs. The movement is small, maybe only a few inches. Hold that peak contraction for a single, powerful second. Feel your core harden like setting concrete. Then, with the same control, lower back down as you inhale. Aim for 2 sets of 15. Quality is your god here. If your neck strains, place one hand behind your head for minimal support, but do not pull. The power must emanate from your center. To progress, you can hold a light weight at your chest or increase the range of motion millimeter by millimeter. To regress, perform even smaller curls, focusing solely on that initial pelvic tilt and the feeling of engagement. This exercise rebuilds the inner fortress. But a fortress needs agile guards. It needs the ability to move dynamically, to handle the unpredictable terrain of life, a stumble on a curb, a sudden lunge to catch a falling object. This requires not just strength, but integrated stability. Which brings us to exercise 3, the reverse lunge. The forward lunge is a common sight, but it can be harsh on vulnerable knees. The reverse lunge, however, is its smarter, more forgiving sibling. It builds the same formidable leg and glute strength, but with far less shear stress on the knee joint. It is a masterclass in balance, coordination, and unilateral strength training, each leg to be a pillar in its own right. But its hidden superpower is its impact on bone density. The controlled impact and muscular pull of a lunge act as a direct signal to your bones. Remodel, fortify, grow stronger. This is a direct combatant against osteoporosis, a silent brittling of the skeleton. Here is the form. Stand tall, feet a stable platform. Place a chair or counter in front of you for support. This is not a crutch, but a teacher. Keeping your torso proud, take a deliberate, generous step backward with one foot. Lower your hips straight down, as if your body is an elevator on a fixed track. Your front knee bends to about 90 degrees, tracking over your ankle. Your back knee points toward the floor, stopping a few inches above it. Pause. Feel the stretch in the hip of your back leg, the burn in the quad of your front leg. Then, drive through the heel of your front foot, engaging the glute powerfully to return to the start. Perform one set of 10 on each side. If you have knee concerns, perform mini lunges, descending only a few inches. The goal is not depth, but perfect alignment and muscle engagement. For a challenge, release the support and add light dumbbells. This movement teaches your body to decelerate, to control momentum, a skill that directly prevents falls. Adrian practiced these, building the confident stability to navigate his uneven garden path without fear. Now we have a foundation, a central pillar, and agile guards. But what about the upper body, the muscles for pushing, for carrying, for embracing? This is where we confront a movement many believe is lost to them, the push-up. The push-up is not just a chest exercise, it is a full-body referendum on strength. It demands your chest, shoulders, and triceps to press, while your core braces with the rigidity of a plank to prevent collapse. For Adrian, rebuilding this push strength was symbolic. It was the physical manifestation of being able to lift his granddaughter, to push himself up from the ground, to assert force upon his world. But we begin at the beginning. The modified push-up, knees down. Start on all fours, then walk your hands forward until your body forms a straight line from your head to your knees. Hands wider than shoulders. Lower your chest toward the floor, elbows tracking back at a 45-degree angle. Keep your core braced as if expecting a light punch, press back up. 2 sets of 10. For those with shoulder limitations, the wall push-up is your genius entry point. Stand a foot from a wall, place your palms on it, lean in and push back. It is deceptively effective. The progression to a full push-up is a worthy goal, but the modified version delivers nearly all the same anti-aging, muscle rebuilding benefits. It is about stimulating the signal for growth, not about ego. We have built strength from the ground up. We have forged a resilient core, agile legs, and a capable upper body. But there is one final, often ignored, muscle group that holds a shocking secret. Its strength is the single greatest predictor of your mobility deep into your later years, into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. When this muscle group fails, the walker appears, the wheelchair looms. When it is strong, vitality endures. What is this critical powerhouse, and what is the simple, bed-based exercise that can save it? The answer, the final key to locking the door on sarcopenia, is revealed in the final part. It is the body's most powerful, yet most frequently dormant engine, the gluteal muscles. Your glutes, we sit on them, silencing them for hours each day. We forget their profound purpose. They are not just for shape. They are the primary engine for hip extension, the fundamental movement that propels you forward with every step, that powers you up from a chair, that allows you to climb a stair. In my clinic, I have found a direct, almost prophetic correlation. A patient's ability to perform strong, repeated glute bridges is a crystal ball into their functional future. This is why exercise 5 is non-negotiable, the glute bridge. It is the reactivation of your body's central thrust mechanism. Here is how to perform this foundational reset. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat and hip width apart. Your arms are at your sides, palms down. Before you lift, engage your core, draw that belly button down. Now, press firmly through your entire foot, but particularly your heels, and lift your hips toward the ceiling. The goal is not to create a dramatic arch in your lower back. The goal is to squeeze your glutes with such intention that they feel like two fists clenching. Imagine holding a priceless diamond between them. Hold that peak contraction for 2 full seconds. This is where the neurological magic happens, reforging the mind-muscle connection. Then, with control, lower your hips back down. Aim for 2 sets of 10, where each repetition is a conscious, powerful activation. To progress, try the single-leg glute bridge. One foot lifted, the other driving up. This exposes and corrects imbalances, challenging your stability to its core. To regress, simply practice the hip lift with a tiny range of motion, or focus solely on the isometric squeeze without lifting at all. This exercise was the final piece for Adrian. It ensured his walking was powered from the correct source, his glutes, not from straining hamstrings or a complaining lower back. It completed the circuit, so here they are. Your 5 anti-aging pillars, your direct counter-assault on sarcopenia, the squat for foundational power and stability, the modified crunch for a resilient pain-proof core, the reverse lunge for balanced strength and bone density, the modified push-up for functional upper body strength, the glute bridge for essential propulsion and mobility. But remember, these are not mere calisthenics, they are signals. When performed with the golden rule of progressive overload, adding the consistent, gentle 20% more challenge each week, they scream at your nervous system, at your muscle fibers, at your very DNA. Do not atrophy, rebuild. This is the protocol that stunned the medical community. This is the approach that reverses aging faster than any pill because it attacks the root cause of physical decline. It is not magic, it is science in motion. It is the story of Adrian, and it can be your story. The thief of sarcopenia relies on your silence, your acceptance, your inertia. It is a shadow that dissolves in the light of action. Your next chapter is not written. The body you have at 60, 70, 80 is not a preordained destination. It is a conversation, and today you have learned the language. Start the conversation. Begin with one exercise. Adhere to the golden rule. Be consistent, not intense. The clock is waiting. And for the first time in history, we hold the hands. If this science of resilience resonated with you, if you believe in a stronger future, then subscribe and ring the notification bell. We are building a community here dedicated to reclaiming vitality, one evidence-based step at a time. In our next video, we dive deeper into a simple, shocking trick that can transform your walking gait almost instantly, making you feel lighter, taller, and decades younger. It's the perfect companion to this protocol. I'll see you there.